The judge in the court-martial of US Army whistleblower Bradley Manning is now considering what sentence to hand down. Prosecutors initially said Manning should spend life behind bars, claiming he acted as a, quote, determined insider in leaking classified data. They later reduced their demands to 60 years in jail. For more on that, now let's talk to WikiLeaks activist and blogger Clark Stokely, joining us on the line from Baltimore. Hi there, Clark. Well, if the prosecution gets its way, as I said, 60 years here, if that does happen, will it put off future whistleblowers in any shape or form or not?
Well, hopefully it doesn't deter whistleblowers in the future. But I do think that whistleblowers will have to find more secretive methods and be more anonymous about how they go about blowing the whistle on war crimes, on corporations that are guilty of all sorts of white-collar crimes. But I think that Bradley Manning has definitely inspired, as we know, Edward Snowden, but he will continue to inspire more whistleblowers in the future. What
is the best case scenario for Manning? I mean, he's caught between a rock and a hard place, depending how you look at it, isn't he? I mean, his defence team's asking for not more than 25 years, saying he can be rehabilitated. How do you think this is going to work out for him?
Well, I can't speculate yet, but the government
is
asking for 60 years. My best guess is that Bradley will get 30 years and is looking at parole in 10 years. With 3 years served, that could be as little as 7 years. But you know, it's up to Judge Lynn right now. She's in deliberations, and I really hope that she makes the right choice, that she really thinks about Bradley's future and rehabilitating him rather than punishing him and making sure that he spends 60 years. He will be 85 years old, and that's not really the kind of punishment that he deserves. Honestly, I believe he deserves to be allowed to walk out of the courtroom tomorrow and live his life how he wants to. He joined the military so that he could go to college. He said last week that he wanted to be a productive member of society, and he should be given that chance. And as we found out through the sentencing portion of the trial, Bradley has never really been given a chance. He's always had the cards stacked against him, and I think it is our duty, is Judge Lynn's duty, to make sure that he can live a productive life, and he can't do that locked away in a military jail.
Of course, as we're waiting to hear what his sentence is, the big irony here for a lot of people is, we all remember that video that came out, the Baghdad video, the firing from the Apache helicopter onto civilians and journalists. People died there. No one's ever been brought to book for that, have they? No one's awaiting a sentence for that right now.
Exactly, and if you look at that video, you'll notice about 3-5 minutes into it, there is somebody who says, "God damn it, Kyle." And if you do a FOIA research request, there was only one Kyle in that battalion in July of 2007, and he was an Apache gunner. And his name is Kyle Kittleson. He's still in the Army. He has a family, a wife, twins. And there's another gunner and 2 pilots. And the question I've always had is, why are they not facing trial? Really, they should be the ones that are being sentenced tomorrow, not Bradley Manning. And I would love to see some journalists confront this Kyle Kittleson and ask him how he feels about it and how his life has changed since the collateral murder video came out in April of 2010.
Clark, we're across what happens tomorrow, of course, very closely. Thanks for your input, Clark Stokely, there, WikiLeaks activist and blogger on the line from Baltimore. Much appreciated.